to Walking in Shadow. My name is Jason, of course. It's good to see everybody again. I wanted to say that just like this video is out on Monday, I plan from now on to always release a video on Monday. Should I release a video somewhere else in between, it's just going to be extra. It's not going to take the place of the Monday video unless I state otherwise. So you can at least expect to get one on Mondays, and then after that, we'll see what happens. Plan to increase my production, but across several media, so we'll see what happens. But as you can see, the video today is called The Alchemist. What we're going to do is just tell you ahead of time what's going on, I've got the giant Rider-Waite tarot, so we're going to be using Temperance today, and we'll be showing that here shortly. I'll also be using this crystal, smoky quartz. People know me, know I've had it. I got it from my niece Lori. Okay, so we'll use these to explain what I'm getting at. First, let's talk about the duality model. Our current reality is sort of like, let's say, it literally is like a 3D printer, but that's what reality is, because everything that we see is just a creation of light and our minds ordering of the definition of the item, which the light shows and translated into the eye. There's a thing, but there's a big process going on there. But all of that is laid over a duality model. Everything is, it's everywhere now, and it's becoming more and more apparent, or more stark in its contrast. So you got, left and right, up and down, everything, black and white, opposites. Everything's becoming very polarized. You may hear that a lot, like in media right now. Polarized, polarized, polarized. Yes, polarity, polarized, opposites. And that's because that whole concept is going to go away. Hopefully the sooner the better, and hopefully other starseeds and other awakened humans will help speed that process along. But it's just, it's not helpful to see everything in black and white, because it's all part of the same thing. I practice Taoism as well as shamanism, and balance is a necessity of those who follow Tao, because without it, you lose impeccability, you lose your own personal strength, and if you're just sort of whatever, and I'm not saying you have to be like this serious Vulcan creature all the time. It's just, as you practice balance and alchemy within yourself and within the world around you, which is the same thing, you'll find that the more that you soften the edges of opposites or any kind of polarizing subject, you can see that, like if you got this group of people over here and this group of people over here, and they are arguing about something quite intensely, which is pretty random or common occurrence, not random, common occurrence that I'm sure everybody's aware of. Several topics I could bring up, but I don't need to because you already know them. But these people with a problem are all people, and they're all connected. The problem in between is one, again, of mental creation. So I guess if I'm getting to anything with this, it's that the constant study of alchemy and the flow of things will just help you across the board. I'm not saying be like me, you know, I mean, only I can be like me. But just, you have to take a step back and just really sort of see the ebb and flow of waves, which is what life is. Life, light, everything that moves or is alive moves in waves. So waves are not always up. You just have to accept it and watch it happen and experience the flow with yourself. The other part of this explanation, which I'll get into more once we can use the card and the crystal, is that instead of thinking about, okay, like I've got light and dark in myself, and how do I, raise and honor the light parts without raising and honoring the dark parts, because I want to go to the light. Okay, well, whatever. All that's a concept too, because the only light we have even to even know about would be what we can see within our eyeballs, which is like, I think it's like 5 to 7% of the total spectrum that can be seen, much less light beyond that. So it's better to just accept yourself as a person. We all have a dark side. We all have shadows. It's just, they're going to be there regardless. Would you rather deal with them as monkeys on your back? Or would you like to maybe take the monkeys off your back and put them to work? You know, why wouldn't you work with 100% of yourself, even the bad parts? Holding those bad parts back holds you back. You can work on yourself in a flowing and healthy way for yourself and those around you, but, come correct with all of you, not just the parts that you think people want to see. How do you know? But anyway, let's move on and let's have a look at the cards. So let's take a look at Temperance. It's the 14th card of the major arcana. 1 and 4 is 5, which is the number of change and adaptability. So you can see here, the Temperance card, there's a foot in the water and a foot on land, representing the bridge between the physical and emotional world, or the physical and the spiritual world. Has a foot in both worlds, much like myself or a shaman, or many other people, that the idea of balance and change requires you to have a foot in both worlds so that you can be balanced. Here you see the 2 chalices with the effortless flow in between. This is like the flow of life. Although there is the 5 representing the changes and adaptability, of course 2 would be the number of balance, and we can see there's 2 chalices. There's 2 iris over here. These iris, by the way, shows growth and life. Behind it, irises represent wisdom and passion. And then on the other side here, you have a path to the sun, or in this case, because the sun, it's more recognizable on this larger format of card. But the sun is a crown, like as in the crown chakra. So up here you have the solar symbol. So this is a card, when I get this card, or when I draw it, let's say, for myself or for another, I would always say that it is a, it's temperance. You have to temper things out, balance things out, find an even ground, even between two different media. The red wings, by the way, also represent a teacher. So all in all, this is the idea of being adaptable to change in order to ground yourself and balance yourself in order to move forward on your particular path. Now let's also add the crystal and see what we see. We bring the crystal in here. This is a lovely smoky quartz that I got from my niece. And it was just perfect. When I got it, I realized that I just knew what I was going to be doing with this video. So the thing is, just as this is just a cut of a crystal, but let's take this particular crystal and see it as a whole entity just unto itself right now. You can see that in its case, it has light and dark, but it's still nevertheless the same entity. Spending perception on one doesn't mute the other one. Like if you only pay attention to the light parts of the crystal, then this black shadow just gets in the way of the light crystal you're trying to see. But it's hard to just imagine it without it. Unless you're not in balance. Being energetically unbalanced is generally unfavorable, but especially in the world of transmuting and affecting energies. You can see the crystal is whole. It does have imperfections, just like we do. It holds the residue of its ego in the cracks, represented by this the sand that's still inside. Without the smoke of it, it's vibrant and alive, of course. It would be a very clear, beautiful crystal. With the smoke, it's vibrant and alive and also whole. It still has, where's it at here? Still has all the parts that it came with. The darkness is a natural expression of this entity's wavelength. The importance here being that this crystal is whole of itself. It doesn't need something to be added to it or taken away. It's unique already. It has the potential already. It's just important to remember that whatever darkness you may hold, it's not going to go anywhere. We're in a duality model, as I referenced before. So best to just let it transfer and change and adapt yourself to your own essence. Then you'll have your answers. The clearer you are, the clearer your answers are. So, as we bring it all back together, we've looked at the card, the crystal, we've talked about the duality model, alchemy, personal alchemy, balance. Where do you take it now? Well, that's truly up to you. I mean, free will is a thing, and you're welcome to have it. You thankfully chose to use that free will to watch this video, and I hope you'll continue to do so. But you just, ultimately it's you. I mean, whatever age you get to this knowledge, I would hope sooner than later. That's a big reason why I do these videos. Don't slog through the swamps and forests of self-understanding unless you're just into that. I personally am. But just shine a light. If you're going to shine a light somewhere, shine it on those parts of yourself that you don't give voice to. If you think it's unhealthy to do that, do it in the presence of someone who supports and loves you and will let you do that in a safe way. But gotta do it. You don't want to find out, traits that exist within you at the most unfavorable times possible. Best to have every possible tool that you can have, right? Well, we'll look out for you guys next Monday. And like I say, if something else comes out, that'll just be a sweet bonus. Thanks so much for your support and patience, and we'll check you later.